I've been working with these 10 robots from the designs, I think, are from the 60s maybe. And very interesting, and I've been enjoying working with them and troubleshooting them and repairing them and bringing them back to life. I've got one here on a table. I've got a few of these, and they all have the same problem. I've done some videos showing, the main problem or the main culprit here is this pinion gear that splits. So I've got the assemblies laid out. I'm going to be assembling these. And to me, it's very interesting to consider the design and the designer. I've been involved in product designs and development myself over the years, so I can kind of relate to the process. And seeing what they did and the decisions they made is a lot of the enjoyment is in that for me. And it's just amazing to me that these work as well as they do. And here I'm using a tool. This is actually a pin, a hinge pin that's part of this piece here. And I can just imagine that when they assembled them, they also used the same pin because it just kind of makes sense to use this piece that you're about to install. Here it's a hinge pin for the machine gun turret. And I'm not as skilled as putting these together as I'm sure the people that do this every day. But this pin actually slides through and it's bent over, and just from looking at it, you can tell it's retained by the box that goes around it. There's also a little tab right here that I think at one point might have been intended to retain that pin, but I think they just figured out later they just made it a little longer, and there's just no way it could come out anymore. So now I've got the machine gun turret installed, and it's actually kind of neat. There's a spring, it's spring loaded right here, and there's a cam follower right there that rides up and is actuated by this other spring lever here. So it's really cool how these are put together. This is the wiring for the LEDs in the machine gun, and the negative attaches to this back of the switch that goes in here to this clicking switch that I talked about earlier. And there's a ground wire here that was soldered, but it wasn't soldered very well. It had come off, and I resoldered it. You have to scrape away the plating and resolder it. And that's the ground wire that makes a connection through the LED to provide the flashing of the lights for the LED. So now I've got the machine gun turret on and our turret. So now I'm going to put on the back piece here. And it attaches to these tabs. There's 3 tabs on each side that go in. And while I've got this opened up, I'm going to go ahead and bend over the tabs here for the arms. They weren't bent very well. And so once I get it all installed, then I'll go back and solder the connections. So, and you can see it's kind of it's sprung out, which is okay. I think I can get it to work. So there's 3 tabs here. I'll put that side in there. You can see the 3 tabs came in, and I'll go ahead and bend one of them just to kind of hold it. In case I don't want to bend them all in case I need to open it back up. Because the tabs can only tolerate so many cycles of bending. And so I'll do the same thing on this side. I've got this side in, I'll just bend it over. And like I say, I can imagine, the people that put these together in a factory, they probably can do it in their sleep. And I noticed a lot of the machines they're different models of the robots. They seem to use the same arms and legs, so they're kind of streamlining the stamping process. I'm going to go ahead and bend this tab over here. And go ahead and do this one here too. You can see it's indented in where the tabs dent in. That's also a really neat feature, I think, is so you don't have the metal sticking out. And I would have loved to see the early production prototypes of this unit to see how they, the evolution of the toy and how many revisions they took to come up with this metal stamping that they have here. And I can see why once they have something that's working, they're not going to want to change it. So now I've got the back of the body on, and later I can go in and solder these connections. There's just a few of them. And the switch just also goes into tabs here. They use a minimal amount of, okay, I've got the body put together, and the machine guns and the doors are working fine. Got the robot temporarily tacked back together. I just want to turn it on and see what might happen. So it looks like everything is working except these doors are not popping in and out. I need to look into that, I guess.